Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to Real Economy Trucking Euro Style. So I do apologize. I thought I was recording the last run I did, so we were down here. And I ran from here to leave and went to stop the recording and realized I had not. So that had actually been a lost job. It was really pretty scenery here through Ukraine. It was really nice, so we'll see what everything else looks like as I continue on. But I'm going to take this pet food from Nestle to DHL here for 468 euros, and hopefully we won't have any problems. I think I was on an urgent delivery before, which I didn't realize, and wanted to drive during the daytime and rested, and suddenly was driving with music blaring in my ear the whole time. But you didn't have to deal with it. So let's get into this and get some pet food up there from Ukraine to Poland. So this is where I delivered from. So I don't know where Nestle is. I don't think I've seen it, but there were 3 screens full of options here, and Lviv, I think, is a pretty big city in Ukraine. And obviously, with the terrible situation going on, I'm sure there's not that many, there might be, I don't know how damaged this is. It might be far enough to the west that... Reroute. Oh, turn left. I can't hear. So, I don't have any trailers, so I can do crazy stuff like this. There we go. Now we just need to wait for the light, but luckily not too long. And then we'll see where it sends us. But this'll go through things here, so
take the second exit.
Unfortunately we're getting a little bit late, so I may want to go ahead and again, since it's a regular delivery, I may rest so that we're kind of back in the daytime. It's still a little too early now. It's only 6 o'clock, but as it starts getting dark, I may take advantage of that and hopefully not have a problem. So when I got off at this intersection is when it was telling me about Lviv. So I don't know that I've seen the city proper. We'll see if it has us go through, and that's where it is. Looks like it is. So yeah, that helicopter that you may have seen for a split second, there's some sort of an accident over there. When I drove by a few minutes ago, that was there, so it's still not cleared up. But I am still working on an older version of EuroTruck. ProMods is still in the process of getting to the point where it will work with the West Balkans update. I haven't seen anything to indicate otherwise. So waiting on that before I upgrade, and then I will add the mod in as well. I just don't, I haven't actually gone ahead and purchased it at this point because I'm not playing Euro Truck separately from this series. I'm doing it within the series, and therefore I wouldn't be using it because I'm trying to keep ProMods going. Otherwise, areas like this wouldn't be available, I do not believe. Alright, well, where is... Okay, I think that says Nestle there. So my guess is that is where it's taking me. So is this just... No, I guess there are other roads. I'm like, oh, maybe there are. It's always hard to tell with the mini-map, like it just starts updating things. I thought I had centered, so I apologize again. Alright, so now we're kind of finally at the town.
Turn left.
Alright, it's a yield, because obviously they're just going to drive right through. So we'll be waiting until we can catch a break here. There we go. Nobody's coming the other way. Again, I'm driving as if I have a trailer, which is probably a good thing. but do not. And that makes me move a little quicker. But no, this is kind of a dead end here. But there were lots of loads from Nestle, so there were a lot of options in this direction. Not sure if that's a recruitment center over there. I'm thinking it is. Doesn't look like the setup for your typical dealership.
Turn left.
This is busy around here, I'll tell you that. Wow. I mean, it is, late on a Friday afternoon, but is he actually waiting for me, but not? I'm not a huge fan when they do that. I mean, it helps in that you're not waiting forever, so I understand why the sim has that logic. Nestle Ukraine Distribution Center. Look at that. So we've got some fancy cargo documents thing. All right. I don't have any documents. I'm coming to get a load. So yeah, the sad thing is there's no Nestle logos on the trailers. They're just clear. All right. So now let's just make sure. So I don't need to be there till Saturday night. So I can definitely rest.
Let's go.
Alright, so straight ahead of us. So yeah, we'll just find somewhere. I'm going to drive a bit until it starts getting a little darker. And then we'll, start worrying about things. Because what I've seen, and it's going to make me a liar and show that I'm wrong, and it'll just be Murphy's Law. But there's been a lot of rest stops in Ukraine here, so it seems like I can find something pretty quickly, so I'm counting on that. I mean, you can see even here we've got 2 right outside, and it's tempting to stop here, but I think that would not be the best option, because then we're still going to be in the middle of the night, because I think we just sleep for like 10 hours or something, and so we're going to wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning, if I'm doing my quick math correctly. So now they're going to verify we're allowed to leave with this stuff. We've got the manifest and all. But yeah, the 1.49 changes, like the lighting and the weather. We're not going to get to deal with that here yet, because I don't have 1.49. And also 1.49, as I found in American Truck Simulator, so if you don't follow that other series, I am running at 1.49, because I'm just running base maps there. There's the new model for how equipment wears and so forth, which is actually really interesting from the little bit I've seen with it. So definitely looking forward to getting both series up on that, and I'm hoping I'm close. I mean, it's these are kind of done in somewhat real time. With that, I'll go ahead and kind of make the comment, with the holidays coming up, there may be a gap here or there where an episode or 2 get missed. Hopefully not, given that these show up every 8 days, but I've got some time away from home and so forth in that time, and it just depends if I'm going to have the time ahead of time to make episodes to keep the flow going. So we'll see how everything works. Alright. So we'll pop through here. I forgot to set my trip meter. I'm always pretty bad at that, so I apologize. But at this point, I think, unless we see it right away, like at this point, I think any rest stop we come across, now I'll go ahead and do it, because at this point we're going to be at 8 p.m. So we've got maybe, at best, an hour of daylight left. let's see. So I need to get my cruise down a little bit. But yeah, the mod is pretty nice. I was speculating, so I'll have the conversation here, that, you know, I don't think the Russia DLC that was put on hold with the invasion of Ukraine, where SCS said they were not releasing that, would have included Ukraine. So I'm going to be curious, because I think it would be cool to have this area developed out completely, because we're just in the western section here is all they've gone into in Pro Mods. So it would be pretty neat to have that kind of done and the full country done. I just don't know that, once again, they would do that at this time. The only announcement we have in Euro Truck is about Greece, so obviously there will be some stuff there. Pro Mods obviously covers all of Greece at this point with its roads. Now, you know, again, obviously the official DLC would do what it was going to do, and then we'd be in the same boat as we are with West Balkans. But there is no announcement for anything like Ukraine or anything like that. So I do begin to think that there may just be one map team involved, because it took a while to get to West Balkans. People were certainly... Oh, wait. We'll just keep going. I'm talking and I missed a rest stop. So, silly me. But we'll just keep going, and at this point I really have no nice way to... I was like, oh, I can pull over to the other side, but I was already past it. Hey. Yeah, I need to pay attention. I'm just driving, because I'm okay driving at night. I just know it's less fun for you with the scenery and so forth. And certainly I can't see much once it gets dark either. But hopefully we'll come upon something relatively quickly and I won't drive by it. But, yeah, as I was talking about... obviously when they put the Heart of Russia on hold, there was definitely, I had a feeling that we were very, very close. Hopefully at this gas station we have a rest stop to having things delivered. Goodness, it does not look like we do. You've got to be kidding me. Normally with all that you'll have everything, and it looks like it's just gas and repair. Well, there might be a blue thing peeking out behind the green. I don't know. Is it? Yeah, I think it is. Alright. It's really... I thought when we got closer they might spread out a bit more, but they clearly have not.
A new route.
So I'm assuming I just pull over here into this space, and hopefully it will let me rest. And then it will all have worked. There we go. Awesome. So I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, and that's perfect, because now it's 7 a.m., so it pretty much looks exactly the same. And get out of here. I'm not going to try to squeeze over there. I don't know that I would fit under the roof, honestly, because the pumps for me are out in an uncovered area, so that might be a little low on the clearance. But now we can get going. And so continuing the map discussion, like they stopped it at the point where I think they were very, very close. I appreciate that the game likes to at least be somewhat nice about letting you in, and maybe I was sticking into the road more than it seemed. But sometimes it's more inefficient, because I'm not assuming I can go and I'm not ready to go. But I felt they were getting close to releasing Russia, and then obviously the invasion occurred, and they made the decision to put things on hold, which certainly is understandable, and I have no issue with it. And then they announced West Balkans, which was probably like on their list of things to do, but there was no clarity of like had they already made progress. Now I think they did have screenshots pretty quickly. I think they were part of that initial announcement that I recall happened within a matter of a few short weeks after they announced that things were on hold. But then it has taken almost a couple years to get going. Or to get West Balkans, so I think they may only have one map team here, which I think has been the complaint for folks who like Euro Truck but don't play American Truck Simulator, is, why are we not getting attention? Why is the attention going there? Because I believe there's 3 teams on American Truck Simulator. If not, there's certainly 2, because there's always 2 things announced, but sometimes there's been a kind of 3 in the pipeline. So there just seems to be less here, but you can see now we've got 2 more rest stops. So this was my point, like the designers here did a really good job, because I've run into areas of the map in Pro Mods where I needed to rest, and I started looking as soon as it told me I was tired, which usually gives me an hour and a half, which is typically going to get me 100 kilometers, and I then ended up getting a penalty because I couldn't rest because nothing came up anywhere in the vicinity. So here they seem to have done an excellent job in making sure that we're covered. Alright, so this is the straightest road I've had in Ukraine since I've been in here. Yeah, there was like an interesting little construction cone thing in the previous drive I did, so I'm sad you don't get to see that. It was certainly a unique addition to the map, so the modder definitely trying to add some variety in. So I always applaud that. Oh, well, here we go. Here's something like it, even more so, because there were only cones in the middle before, so that's good. So they've decided to do a variation somewhere here. A little bit of a driving test to stay within the cones, but I would hope we're capable of doing that as a professional truck driver. Guess we're not going fast enough. Speed limit here is still 70 kilometers, so I think I'm going fast enough, but clearly that Sprinter van did not agree. So it is sprinting away. So another set of farm fields. Pretty typical, I think, for Ukraine. It's always been explained as it's the breadbasket of Europe, and which has been part of the devastation there, with sometimes the wheat not being able to get out.
Get ready to turn right.
I'm assuming I don't need to turn right here. Okay.
Turn right.
So I don't know what that says. I can't read Cyrillic, so someone may tell me.
Turn right.
Or I won't know, which is okay too. Oh, I see, because that's like a 2-lane. Alright. I was like, why is it letting me do that when I could have come up the other way, but this is just a weird feeling road, but I'm okay now, I think. So, but again, another rest area, although this looks like it's a headquarters, so that really wouldn't be a rest area because we'd have to purchase it before we could rest there, so. I apologize, yawning, so I'm just like stopping mid-sentence, but yeah, we don't have the cash to purchase that, but yeah, you can see it's typical truck headquarters. So, but there's another actual place I could
Go
get to
straight
rest
on.
there if I need. Whoop! I didn't even see that light. Well, that's not going to help because again, with the real economy mod, we're not making a ton of money as it is. Now we've just lost 130 euros of our 400 or whatever we were getting for this. So it does not bode well, but hopefully I won't make any more mistakes. Alright, well now I can go to 80, so we will speed up. Because that is a good thing if I can go a little bit quicker. See how long this lasts. But, you know, we're basically doing that U-turn in Ukraine and then crossing over into Poland at that point. So I think the majority of this run is in Ukraine. But, yeah, so I guess returning to the map thing, you know, they've announced Greece. Because I think there's only one map team, I don't know that they're going to announce anything else until, similar to what happened here, I think they didn't really announce Greece until there was at least a delivery date for West Balkans. So, I'm sure they have the team, some parts of the team start on certain things, and so they have pictures they can provide. So, I'm sure, because I'm sure there's quality assurance and things at the end that you're doing that require, don't require the whole team. I probably should have stopped there and waited. So I think that's what I'm supposed to do, and then they'll wave me forward. But now we're at the Polish border. Looks like there's a river or something there. So I see. Now it says, have a nice trip. There were signs all throughout Ukraine that did not have any English translation on them, so it was a bit of a challenge. Oh, there is a car there. I'm like, ooh, a Tesla. Fancy. Alright. So we're crawling across this bridge. I'm not sure why. I guess the speed is 20, so we're all going 20. Maybe it's an old bridge. Maybe it just, because it's between the two border checkpoints, that they're like, well, you don't need to speed. My goodness. I promise, I did sleep. I probably slept more than I have in a week and a half, but clearly something is going on that's making my body yawn like crazy. But alright, so we've got 2 rows here, so I can come up here next to Ahead Logistics. Look at the line the other way. My goodness. Or maybe that's just things parked on the side, like caravans and all that over there. But it's looking like they're just sitting and waiting. Alright, so we're not going to quite get to 80,000 euros. Just want to make sure that I can get over here, but in case someone starts coming. Is he trying to go out? Why are we not letting him go? No, it's just parked. Yeah, they have everything blocked. My goodness. They have all of these trucks lined up. That is nuts. This has probably got to be there permanently, but this is cool that they modeled it like this. Because, with the people standing and talking and all that, I'm thinking this is just kind of always here. But this is neat. I like this. It's these unique features that they add. Why are these people on this side of the road, right on the other side? That just is really unsafe. Alright, well, to keep that in mind in case I have a route that brings me back. I'm thinking that's going to be there, so... But maybe you can only go in one direction here. There was some weird flashing in front of me there, but we're past where that happened. I'm like, I hope I don't, like, fall off the map or something. Another rest point. So, somewhere, it might have been long ago in this series, I may have mentioned that my roots of my family's ancestry are from Poland. My parents actually both born in Poland, and then came over to the U.S., so, you know, kind of back in the homeland of my ancestors, but it's a place I've never actually visited in person. Don't know that I will. It's not like we have any close family or anybody still in Poland. So it would really be just as a straight tourist at that point. And of all the other things in the short span we have in life, just not sure that it's gonna get there. But I'm here now in Euro Truck Simulator, and you know, I've actually started a profile in Poland at times, just because of that. Oh, come on. What did I miss? Oh, 40.
At the roundabout.
So I'll deliver on time today, but I'm still going to, like, lose money on all of this.
Exit now.
Because I'm just being foolish. Alright, you're ahead of me. Go. I get it's only 50 and you don't want to get a ticket, but now it's 70 again, so... Alright. So, we've got a little bit... I don't remember how far. It's only showing 250. So, I think we have like 100, at least 100 or so to go. So, it'll be a little bit yet before we get to the delivery point. So, lots of fields. Not sure what's on the left. I mean, not that I was sure of what was on the right, but it looked a little more like some sort of grain. It was Brovetsky or something. Zamość.
Keep right, and then turn right.
So I think that's where we're going. So,
Turn right.
oh, okay. So maybe we're exiting and then going left and underneath. So I think Zamość is where we're delivering to, but I don't remember, honestly.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Alright, nobody's coming. So, first exit, and obviously this really isn't an exit. So, yeah. So, Krasnystaw.
Exit now.
That is, not that I know all the towns or all the names in Poland, but it's one I've never heard. So
At the
this is
roundabout,
Piaski.
take the second exit.
So there's some interesting things. You know,
Exit now.
you'll see an L with a line through it in Polish, which is pronounced as a W. And obviously you've got the accents, like over Zamość with the S and the C that just accent the letter a little differently. So I would assume we're going to get the discovery of this town, but yes, I am not, to my knowledge, delivering here. Although we are at 300 kilometers, right about. There we go, right there. So we are in our range, I'm sure, soon. I just don't know if it's going to, like, suddenly slow down where I could get another ticket. It did not. It's interesting, though, because there's no delivery points there. I mean, maybe that fuel depot becomes a delivery point in some cases, but it's just strange to just have a town and all you see is
and then turn right.
a fuel station. So, right. So we are going towards Zamość. We obviously came from Chelm, and so you can see there's the L with the line through it on the sign there in Chelm. Alright. So, looks like someone's got something going on. Alright, 31 kilometers. Interesting how the town names get bigger the further away they are so that you can see as well. So I've not seen that on signs elsewhere, either in the US or here in Eurotruck. Alright, so another rest stop. Looks like a town or something. And there we go. We've got Zamość. And that is where we are delivering. So, unless something goes wrong, you'll see this video. I'm fairly certain I started.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Alright, so
Exit now.
we'll head around. But clearly this is a bigger city here. Move over to the right, because it looks like that's where we need to be anyway. And I'm wrong.
Keep
We
left,
need to be to the
and then
left.
turn left.
So let me go there. It was an optical illusion, I
Turn
guess.
left.
Alright, yeah, I think I'm going to DHL. So I'm turning and then immediately entering my drop-off point. Oh, okay, I see. I have to go around. I'm like, it's not telling me that I turned the wrong way, but no, I can't enter the drop-off point. I actually have to go around town here a little bit. And now I'm pretty sure that question mark is a recruitment center, but they are making that one hard to get to. Like, that is not one you go discover with a trailer attached, because you're not going to be turning around there with a load. But you also wouldn't be told to go down that road for anything, so you'd only be doing that to go explore. So maybe, if I'm in the mood and I remember when I'm going next time, maybe before we go pick up our load, although I think all the loads will be out of DHL, but I might want to go ahead and go discover that, because there's no other way to do it otherwise. And it never hurts in the off chance we get to the point in this series where I can hire more people. Having more recruitment centers just helps.
This is where it ends.
Well, this one's interesting because I can't pull by. I'm going to have to turn around and then do, what we call a blindside delivery, but I can get out of the trailer here in the drone view, so that does help. And the cab over trucks help. We don't have those in the US, and so sometimes the turning radius, I'm just not used to the fact, and yeah, this trailer's helping too. So all in all, this is working out pretty nicely, I think. I think I went way too far, but we'll get there. I promise. I won't just give up and leave it here. I'll get it in. Alright, so nice thing is DHL's got a good amount of yard here for me to do all this maneuvering, so that makes it certainly better. It's like we're just parking this to leave it, like we're not pulling up to a dock, they're just kind of having us leave this over here. I forget what we were delivering specifically. I think we'll find out when we drop it off, but there we go. So we are good. Pet food, that's right. So we're just gonna let that sit for a bit, I guess. Alright, and we've leveled up. So that is a big thing. So I get another point. I don't need more distance. Could save fuel. It's always an intriguing option. On real economy, it probably makes a lot more sense. So I'm going to do that. Alright, so we've gone from over 8,000 euro profit in 7 days to 6. So we are falling. And some of that is, you know, my other drivers are still driving around. Let's see, you know, let's just take a peek. So she's still got 17 hours, and he's got 31. So Sabrina will deliver a load relatively close. Again, I'm making the most. You know, I'm making about 710. The two of them together don't even cover my loan, but, you know, they are making a profit. So they're not costing me money. So they're still okay, but we definitely have some work to do with what my staff does, and that's why I'm not looking to expand. I just don't have the capital to do it anyway, and we've got plenty of work on our loan. We haven't looked at that in a long time, but you can see we've paid 43 out of 2,184 days, so we haven't even gotten 10,000 euros of our 500,000 taken care of. So we are doing probably what most businesses do. We are just surviving. You know, dumb mistakes like what I did, getting a speeding ticket, running a red light. Those things don't help. I mean, if I had both of those back, I'd be right around 80,000 euros instead of still almost 250 euros short. And I might not get 250 euros in my next job. So it is taking quite a long time and will continue to do so here, but that's part of the challenge. So with that, if you have enjoyed this but haven't dropped a like yet, please consider that. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider that as well. Helps you find things on the channel. And I will see you next time.